Hey everybody, good evening. It's Ellen Lewis from Crazy for You, and I wanted to welcome you to this evening's look at Ravish by Kim Hargreaves. So I'm often overwhelmed by what Kim Hargreaves does. For instance, we just recently had the Drift trunk show, which was amazing. It was like every single thing in there was wonderful, and we all wanted to knit all of them. Hi, Ellen. And other books like Sand. Again, every single garment in there is a winner. You could build an entire wardrobe out of them. Form is another example. What did I say? So Drift, Form, and Sand are three of my absolute favorites. There are others that I like very, very much, and I'm a particular fan of her kind of concept of this capsule wardrobe because, you know, I'm all about knitting stuff that you want to wear, knitting a hand knit wardrobe that is full of garments that you reach for again and again. It makes people say, oh my gosh, I love that. So when I'm looking for that, I typically turn to Kim Hargreaves. And I don't know how I missed Ravish, which she put out in the end of 2020. Actually, I guess I do know how I missed that. It was just a crazy time. And, you know, by the time that came out, you know, we were all on to fall and whatever else. So I wanted to go back and have a look at some of the garments in Ravish. And I'm super interested in your perspective on this, because sometimes maybe I just look at things and not everything is going to be sand, or not everything is going to be drift, or, you know, whatever. We all have our ups and downs. So wanted to show this to you. This is, again, a capsule collection, and as is Kim's way, she will do it in kind of a palette. One of her favorite palettes is black and white, and I get that. It's totally near and dear to my heart as well. But I do think that sometimes it can be hard to see the projects. So I wanted to share these with you. And let's go ahead and get started. But before I do, let me welcome everybody who's joined us. So, hey, Gwen, I know you are a super fan of Kim Hargreaves, so you're looking for that. Hey, Sandy, nice to see you. Jal, happy Wednesday to you. And Terry, oh my goodness, it's always a pleasure. So let's start. I will show you here in Ravelry the whole collection. Okay, so there are 14 designs in this particular book from Kim. And just a quick scroll will show you that they are indeed all in black and white. So, and also, as is her way, she tends to have a kind of a theme that she will build on. So let's look first at Alicia. So this is Alicia. And this is just a cardigan meant to be knit, I believe, such that it's always closed. So a very deep V neck with a beautiful little eyelet fabric. And this is worked in kid silkays, held double. So the gauge is 15 stitches over 4 inches on a US 10. A lot of times we look at kid silkays garments and we immediately think, okay, yeah, I'm not going to knit that. But honestly, kid silkays held double has a very different hand than held single. So I think it's totally doable. I am interested. Somebody just said that they were making it right now. Who is that? Okay. Yes, absolutely. So I'm interested in hearing about that when we get to that. So anyway, here it is. It's like I said, it's a simple V-neck with kind of oversized sleeves. If you recall, Trisha Malcolm had talked about this sleeve trend being kind of right on. Some other pictures of it. It's a very pretty kind of, well, here she is wearing it unbuttoned, and it's a quite different look, don't you think, with it unbuttoned? This is very much a casual staging, whereas this feels kind of dressed up. But all in all, I think it's a beautiful garment, and that's probably something that I would knit. Obviously, you're going to have to wear something under it because very few of us live our life such that we could wear that very many places. The next one I want to show you is Sophie, which I consider to be a sister garment to Alicia. A similar kind of eyelet pattern. Whoops, let's look at that full screen. So this is not a cardigan. This is obviously a pullover, but again, you have that eyelet pattern, which I think is really pretty. I had this here. So this is worked in Summerlight DK. So not so challenging to knit as working with the Kids Okays, but I think it has a really pretty eyelet pattern again in there. Very, very nice. That one is, what did I say? Sophia? Hang on, we'll look at that again. Yeah, Sophie. I want to say Sophia because Sophia means wisdom, and I think that's such a pretty name. All right, and Asta, which probably is more of a sister garment to the original one because this, again, is worked with 2 strands of the Kids Okays. So let's have a look at this. Rather than being that kind of very close fit V neck with the with that tight little waist, this is a much more relaxed kind of garment, kind of long and oversized, very cozy. So a very different feel in terms of the way you might wear it. But again, that same fabric with that really pretty eyelet design and using Kids Okays held double. So I have a couple questions here. Got most of Kim's. Oh, do you have Ravish, Valerie? I'm interested in hearing if you've knit anything from it and which ones are your favorites. So go ahead and tell us in the comments which ones you like the best. Okay, so that one. And I'm interested in hearing, so which one is more kind of your style? Is it Asta or is it Alicia? All right, so here's a choice again, Alicia and Asta. This is the one that's very kind of close fit V-neck, and this is the one that's very relaxed and kind of drapey. So interested in hearing your thoughts on that. I'll tell you which one is my favorite in case you can't guess. I like Alicia. I think that's beautiful. Okay, this next one is Demi, and this is worked in hand knit cotton and Summerlight DK. So let's look at this. So this is one of those that kind of falls in the category of fun to knit and nice to wear. So it's not at all boring. I think it's really, really fun. This would be the kind of thing that Amelia would like to wear. So you have some little bits of this old shale or feather and fan. You've got some baubles. So that would be really fun. And it, of course, has Kim's very traditional garter stitch border between her asymmetrical ribbing, which I think gives it a nice, clean look. Do you guys like this, or is it too busy? What do you think? And the sister garment, I'm going to call it the sister garment to that, is Neiya, which, all right, here we go, which has the same sort of stitch pattern with this, the ripple stitch that you get from the old shale and then the baubles. I find this frustrating because I think it's hard to see in the black. I'm going to see if I can't get this a little larger for you. Yeah. But this has, you know, again, this eyelet motif, the baubles and the old shale. I think this is a beautiful tank. This would be nice for you, Meredith. I know you like tanks, and this is a very nice one that would, again, fall in the category of fun to knit, and also wonderful to wear. For me, I would probably knit it in a different color because I'd want to see the stitch work. You know, you put that much into it and you really kind of want to see the work that you've done. But isn't that pretty? And this is a nice way, a nice treatment of the sleeve. She's got a garter stitch border at the top here, and then the straps are worked in garter stitch as well. So they're nice and flat, and you don't have to do anything extra to, you know, you don't have to give them any kind of a facing at all to keep them flat. So I think garter stitch bands are usually a really nice option. So this would be a nice garment for the summer or a layering piece. Pretty sure that this is hand knit cotton. I had it in my notes, but let's just check real quick. Yep, hand knit cotton. And hand knit cotton comes in just a dazzling array of colors. So you could do that in anything that suited your particular wardrobe. But I think that would be a nice little kind of a cross between a statement piece and a basic piece. Very pretty. Do you like it? I think it's really pretty. Okay, so again, that is the sister piece to this one, which is Demi. Isn't it interesting how she does that? These, you know, the similar kinds of pattern stitches. I think it's really very clever. Okay, what's next? Okay, this is Hera, and Diane said that she was knitting Hera right now. Now this, I got to tell you, is knit in everybody's favorite combination, which is soft yak DK and kid silk haze. Absolutely stunning, in my humble opinion. So Gwen, I know that you have knit Stroll, which is the same combination, soft yak DK and kid silk haze. So if you haven't ever worked with soft yak DK, it is a cotton and yak blend worked in a super smooth chainette construction that's really, really bouncy. I call it a cotton that knits like a wool, but it's very, very smooth. And then you put that kid silk haze with it, and it's absolutely delicious. Just a beautiful, beautiful combination. And another thing that's nice about this is that you've got a gauge of 13 stitches over 4 inches. So it's a nice, quick to knit kind of garment. But because you have that bouncy fabric, it's the bouncy yarn, the fabric isn't going to lose its intensity, which I think is really nice. All right, let's see. So, yep, 7 and 13 used together. Absolutely. Beautiful. Everybody is liking it. Yes, isn't that pretty? So nice. This is just, to me, this is such a wardrobe basic. This is the kind of thing that you could pull on with jeans, or you could put it on over a silk skirt or, you know, silk pants for the evening if you wanted. Yes, Gwen, of course. This is very you, darling, isn't it? So fun. Okay, so that's another thing generally about this book that I like, is that although I think it is intended to be a summer book, the yarns and the designs in there sort of lend themselves to evening wear and holiday wear. You know, anything I think knit with that kid silk haze or these sort of luxurious fibers, especially in the black, really would look so wonderful for the holidays. And I'm hoping that we'll be able to have some beautiful holiday get-togethers this year. Even if they're small and even if they're masked, they would be wonderful. So I think that this is a collection that has enough, you know, garments in it that you could wear in both places. So let's look at some more. Okay, what is next? Oh, okay. So this one I think is really fun. This is called Neri, and this is worked in my favorite, the creative linen. Very nice. Let me make sure that it is. I thought I had that in my notes. Let's see. Yeah, creative linen. So a really pretty lace and bobble pattern. I refer to this pattern as Lily of the Valley. So I think that's beautiful. Big oversized sleeves. This is not a bell sleeve, but rather a just a straight sleeve in a drop shoulder, so no shaping. If you saw the Drift trunk show, this is going to have a sleeve similar to the one that was in the cotton wool. So just a very kind of oversized sleeve, as we were seeing in recent shows with Trisha Malcolm, to see, you know, that how this particular sleeve looks. So this is definitely a trend to have a statement sleeve. So this is pretty, very easy to wear, dropped shoulder, another garment that falls into the category of fun to knit and also fabulous to wear. Let's see, we had a comment from, Hera had a nice, yeah, it did. Hera did have a nice slim sleeve, but I think this is also a, you know, kind of a statement. Okay, all right. Let's see the other garment, other pictures. See how they've paired that with a silk skirt? I think that's really very pretty. Nice neckline. All right. Neiya. Neiya is beautiful, of course. Isn't this in hand knit cotton, I believe? No, this also is in the creative linen. Yep, sorry. My notes are a little sketchy. I was doing them at the last today. But so this again is in the creative linen, but you could, of course, do it in the hand knit cotton if you wanted to. They knit at about the same gauge. This is very oversized. It has almost a dolman sleeve. Let's see. So very oversized, kind of slouchy, if you like that. It's not really a dolman sleeve because the sleeve is sewn on, but you can see how the fabric comes up here to give you this very generous bit under the arm. Has anybody knit this? Diane, did you knit this one? I'd be interested in hearing that. And I'm interested in your thoughts on it. How do you like this? How do you like this kind of really oversized dolman sleeve effect? Oh, that's interesting. She made this one without the sleeves. So I would be interested in seeing that. Very cool. All right. This is on the top of my list. All right, cool. I'm glad you guys are liking this. So very pretty, very relaxed. And if you live in a place like, I'm thinking about you, Sandy, if you live in Maine or someplace where a big oversized cotton sweater is kind of your go-to for summer, this would be great for summer. For those of us in more southerly climates where it's warmer, this is something that you could definitely wear in the winter. Yeah, Ellen, absolutely. This is a sweater that you could wear, all year round. So I think that's really a pretty one as well. It looks like we've got a comment here about the baubles. I would like to make something. Oh, bauble, Rita. You can do this. Baubles are not too hard. But if you're worried about the baubles, I will tell you that Ginny Stein is doing a class on a shawl that has baubles and brioche in it. So that would be a fun thing for you to take so that you could learn and you could learn baubles. And I will share with you that she is doing the baubles in a couple different ways because there are so many different ways to do baubles that look the same. And some of them are much harder and more fiddly than they need to be. And Ginny will definitely show you the way on that. So don't be afraid of baubles. You have the skills to do this. Absolutely no question. All right, more comments. Let's see. Terry. So you wouldn't wear that. Well, that's because you're very tiny, Terry. Yeah. Okay. Okay, what is next? Let's see. Okay, this is fabulous. Look how gorgeous this is. I think this is just absolutely stunning. This is worked with a single strand of kid silk haze. The name of this project is Ravish, and this is the name of the book. So a lot of times she will take and she will use one of the garments as the title for the book. So I think this is absolutely beautiful. I want to open this in a separate tab and get a close up look at it. So look at this pretty little trim. I think this is beautiful. And then Kim is a huge fan of this peplum. So you've got a ruffle at the bottom that's going to be decreased into a slight peplum flare and then decreased again just below the waistline to give you this shape. I think this is really, really pretty. Oh, I love it. You made 2 of them. I want to live in your closet. What color did you make them in? Because that is beautiful. I would definitely knit this. I would definitely want to do some custom fit adjustments because I know I would want to make sure that it was long enough for me and that the armhole was the right depth. But this is absolutely stunning. Very pretty. Yeah, it looks like we have quite a few knit-alongs planned on this, don't we? Yeah, I think this is pretty. Now, here's a question for you. At 25 stitches over 4 inches, you could knit this in Kid Silk Haze, and you could also knit it in Summer Light 4-ply. It would have a very, very different effect, but I think it would be beautiful. Here's another idea. What if you did the body of it in Summer Light 4-ply and you did this little ruffle and peplum in a coordinating shade of Kid Silk Haze? How gorgeous would that be? Oh, I love it. I'm excited. Yeah, this is really, really lovely. Who's in? Who loves it? Tell me if you love it. This would be easy to do. This might be a nice first a way to modify a pattern using your custom fit measurements, huh? Yes? Yes? Yes. Yes, exactly, Meredith. This would be a beautiful layering piece. And like Diane said, you could knit several of them. And you could knit them, like I said, either in the Summer Light 4-ply or in, you could do it in fine lace too. You could do it in fine lace plus Kid Silk Haze. Oh my goodness. The possibilities are really endless. A beautiful, beautiful piece. But again, you'd want to make sure that it fit you the way you like it. So pretty. Yes. It does look easy, doesn't it? I think it probably is pretty easy. The only part that would be challenging is you have quite a lot of stitches to cast on here in a single strand of Kid Silk Haze. So given that at a gauge of 25 stitches over 4 inches for a 40-inch bust, you're looking at probably 100 stitches. You can check me on this, those of you, Valerie or Diane, who have the book handy. However many stitches you have to cast on here at the bottom, I imagine that it is a prodigious number. So you would just have to know that you're going to get through that excessive number of stitches to cast on before you could decrease again and again. But so fun. Yeah. Oh, that would be pretty. Meredith's idea of this done in 4-ply with the Kid Silk Haze cardi. Yeah, that would be a very nice twin set. You guys are just on fire tonight with your ideas. I love it. It's so fun. Absolutely. Okay, so those are my favorites. There are some others in there that are not my favorites, but I want to show them to you anyway because I want to hear your take on it. Okay, Leia. Oh, wait, this is one of my favorites. I do like this one. So, yep. Leia is also in Kid Silk Haze. Just kind of a basic. Let's open this in another tab. All right, so that's really pretty. I want to check the gauge on this. Hang on a quick second. All right, so single strand of Kid Silk Haze. This would be maybe a nice twin set too with Ravish, huh? Very pretty. Let's look at this up close. Oh, never mind. Not a twin set. It's a pullover. My mistake. Sorry. Pretty puff sleeve. It's a set-in sleeve, which I think is nice. You know, I love a good V-neck. This is a little bit on the cropped side with a nip at the waist. I think this is beautiful. Very, very pretty. So many of them are similar. So you could pick exactly what you wanted, whether you wanted, you know, a deep V-neck cardigan, whether you wanted a simple stockinette fabric, whether you wanted a little bit of an eyelet in there. So I love the options that she gives you. Let's look at the other pictures that she has in there. Look at that with that sort of evening gown. Isn't that pretty, that maxi skirt? I think we all need a garment like this. And a great big diamond necklace to go with it. Here we go. Yes. That is a sweater you wear with attitude. You got it, Ellen. Absolutely. Beautiful. We should all knit that and go someplace fabulous. All right. So she says the sleeve on Leia is great to work. Fabulous. I love it. Diane, do you ever sleep? It sounds like you've knit every single garment from this. I'm so impressed. Wow, that's amazing. Okay, so enough about Leia. This is Lexia. Okay, and this is knit in hand knit cotton. Let's look at it in a full screen. Definitely a piece that you would wear over something. She might have it over just a cami or a strapless dress. To me, I think this is a very casual. For one, I think that the hand knit cotton tends to look a little more casual than some of the other fibers. Not just because it's chunky, but because of the twist and I don't know, it doesn't have as much sheen, but it definitely looks to me, it's more matte. So I think it looks a little more casual, but I think it's beautiful. You've got your asymmetrical ribbing, so something like a 3 or a 4-1 ribbing. And this would be fun to knit. Again, one of those that's fun to knit and great to wear. If you knit really fast and you could make that, then you could have that as a transitional piece, either spring or fall. All right, this is your favorite book? Really? Oh my goodness, I'm so glad to know that. Favorite book, let's see. Yeah, I bet you had a lot of time to knit in 2020. Yeah, you probably got a lot of stuff done, more than I did. I didn't even it didn't get onto my radar until recently, so I missed it, and I apologize to you guys. But I think this is a really pretty one. Again, that is Lexia in the hand knit cotton. We have just a minute to show you this. Oops, that is somebody else's. Is there any that I missed? Diane, is there any that I missed that you think are absolutely fabulous that I need to show? Okay, what is this? Daria. I guess I didn't show Daria, did I? Okay, this is the one. I remember looking at this and making some notes about it. Here are my notes. So this is worked in Summerlight DK at a gauge of 15 stitches over 4 inches. So they achieve this, this pattern stitch. Let me open it up in a new tab and show you close up with 2 different needle sizes. it's a nice trick. You get a very unusual pattern, but so it's one US size 2 and one US 7 millimeter, which is in between a 10.5 and an 11. So a 10.5 is a 6.5 millimeters and an 11 is an 8 millimeter. So this is a 7 millimeter. So a cardigan in the Summerlight DK, which I think is a stunning yarn. Pretty, look at this little trim. I hadn't noticed that before. This pretty little trim at the cuff. This is a sweet garment. What do you guys think about it? Do you like it? Or is this maybe not one that you love? Let's see. I think it's nice. I love that picture of it though. All right, so it looks like you guys kind of like it. So anyway, this is Ravish. It's 14 patterns, and I'm interested in hearing which is your favorite. And for those of you who are interested in doing a knit along, let me know which pattern you would like to maybe do a knit along one day, and we can schedule that for you. So that's what I have tonight, and I am so happy that you joined me. And until next time, please know that I have 32 boxes from Rowan in my back room right now. I have received my entire fall order from Rowan, and I'm going to be sharing with you, not necessarily on the podcast, but I'm going to be doing some videos sharing with you the mode collection and all of the different collections from Rowan for the fall season. I think it's their best, and I think you are going to be so excited to see what they have in store for you. So I can't wait to share that with you. And until next time, happy knitting.